All right, one of the first things I want to do, because I'm going to record a thing for my social media and all my followers, so you guys will be online here later. What's up, everybody? It's Rob Luna, and I am here, not going to tell you where I'm at yet, but I am here to hopefully drop some knowledge on these young men and women that are about to set on a journey of life. And they may not know it, but they are the future. They are the ones that are going to be making decisions for America later on in life. And I want you guys to see them because they are an amazing group. So here I am at B.B. Comer High School. All right, my speech is going to be online in about a couple of hours, so I'll catch you guys later. Thank you guys for that. All right, one of the other things I want to do is I want everybody to stand up, and I want you guys to give somebody a hug and tell them something nice. Air hug. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. That hug count, let's see, there's about 75, so that's about 40 hugs. That 40 hug tally will go on my website because I keep tally of all the hugs that I inspire to do. My name's Robert Luna. I'm not really a mic guy. I like to walk around, and I am one of you guys. So I am from a small town in Alabama called Weaver, Alabama. I think my graduating class was 48 to 52, I think, at the time. So I understand small town Alabama to a T. My dad was stationed at Fort McClelland. He was a 30-year Marine, and I went to elementary school up through high school at a Weaver High School. So that's me. I played all the sports except for wrestling. And to include some swimming in California when I was there for a year or two. Before I start, I'm going to give you guys two questions that I want you guys to think about during my 6-hour speech. Okay, so I'm just playing, it's only one. So the first question, and these questions are important. The first question is, where do you see yourself in 15 years? Where do you see yourself in 15 years? And if that's too far ahead, where do you see yourself in 3 years? Okay, we'll just shorten it up. In 3 years, where do you guys see yourself in life? Okay? So think about that as you come along this hour-long journey of mine. The second question is, and this is a deep one, right? This is very deep, but it's only 3 words. Who are you? Who are you as a person right now, today? It's crazy on how 3 words can be so deep, right? Makes you think a lot, like, wow, I never really thought about who I am. So I'm going to start off by telling you a story. There was a 16-year-old boy who was in high school in another country, and they have a tradition when the boys think they're ready to become men, they have to climb a mountain. There's a mountain in the town. Really high mountain. Well, one day he got fed up at school, and he was just like, I'm gonna walk up this mountain. I'm gonna climb this mountain. And he's telling all of his boys, he's like, I'm doing it tomorrow. And they were hyping him up. They were like, yeah, you got this. You're gonna do this. And they were so excited for him that they did a pasta dinner at night to give him the carb load that you need to have the energy to to do this amazing feat that this town does. And if you complete the feat, the town gives you a house, they give you food for life, electricity, you don't have no bills. So it's a big thing for these men to do this. So he starts the next morning, 6 a.m. He grabs a backpack, puts some waters in there, some granola bars, I think a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, puts it on his back, and he starts walking up this mountain. And he reaches the first peak. It's about 6 hours for him to reach the first peak. And he's feeling pretty good. He's really excited. He's super stoked that he made the first peak without any issues, right? So he gets his waters out, he drinks them, he eats his granola bars, he eats his peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and then he rests for like 20 minutes to start the next peak. Gets up, puts the backpack on, starts trekking up this next peak. Well, this next peak is a little harder because as you get higher in elevation, it gets colder, the wind starts whipping, there's snow on the ground, the rocks are a lot sharper, so his shoes that he has are getting cut up, and his toes are coming out of them. They don't have Nikes or Adidas or LA Gear or a big baller brand shoes like we do, right? So he gets to this second peak, which is another 6 hours, right? So here we are at, let's see here, 12 to 6 p.m. at night, and it's starting to get dark, right? So he sits down, and he's really starting to doubt himself as a person, as a man. Like, whoa, this is hard. And he's like sitting down, he's moving his fingers, he's trying to move his toes, but he can't because they're cold, they're frostbitten already. And he didn't prepare himself as he should have. He thought this was gonna be easy. He thought if he just said it, he was gonna do it. Well, he really took a look at his toes and they were bleeding and cut up from the rocks. And then his hands were turning black. So that's frostbite, if anybody doesn't know. That is frostbite to its hardest degree, right? So he starts crying. He starts really talking down to himself because he's not going to be able to make the third and final peak. And the third and final peak is really hard, and that's like 12 hours to get to. So he makes that hard decision to walk back down the mountain. Now it takes him longer to walk back down because he is really distraught. He has to take breaks because it's at elevation level, it's really hard to walk. He gets down the next morning, 6 a.m., reaches the base of the mountain, and all of his friends are there. The town is there. And based on the look on his face, his boys started snickering and laughing because they knew he failed. And it's unfortunate in this world that, you know, your closest friends are sometimes your worst enemy. People love to celebrate failure in this world and in this life. And it should not happen. It should not happen. Well, here it is. He's crying. His mom comes through the crowd and puts her arm around him. He's like, "It's okay, son, let's go home." So he's at home for a week, and now he has to get a job. And the only thing that he could do was go to a tea shop and make tea. So for the rest of his life, he's a tea maker. And it beats him up every single day that he has to make tea for the rest of his life. But this is not what he wanted, right? He had bigger dreams. He had grander ideas of what his life was going to be, right? Because he didn't prepare, right? So I talk to you because you guys are in a training mode. okay? High school is your training mode. The teachers, the principals, the guidance counselor, even the janitor, they are here to teach you about life. You guys are in a bubble right now and you're protected, okay? You get your computers to do your work. You get papers handed to you so you can write stuff on, pencils. When I was here this morning, people forgot their jackets, so moms are bringing back the jackets and all this stuff, right? This is your training mode. But your last day, when you graduate, when you walk out these doors, that is it. It's gone. There's nobody there to guide you anymore. There's nobody there to give you that piece of paper and pencil in life. You have to go out and get this stuff by yourself. You have to figure out how to do life without somebody bailing you out, okay? So it is up to you when you graduate to carry on with your hopes and dreams, because nobody's going to support you anymore. You have to support yourself, okay? So I ask you again, where do you see yourself in 3 to 15 years? Anybody? Anybody want to answer? Come on. It's always hard, the first one. Anybody? I'm going to pick somebody. No? You. Where do you see yourself in 3 years? First one, gray shirt. Huh? Making money? Doing what though? You don't know? You have no idea what you want to be in life. No. You see? It's going to come up quicker than you think. It is going to come up quicker than you think. Nobody is going to bail you out. You have to step out of your box. You have to harness your dreams, and you have to go after them. Nobody is going to push you anymore. Nobody. Okay, let's talk about something else. Let's problem solve. So let's say, okay, everybody, I just transported everybody to Weaver, Alabama. Congratulations, you guys are at Weaver High School. And let's say we need to get to Los Angeles, California, okay? And those that know this story, don't say nothing, because I've already talked to 10 to 15 of you guys, so let all the others. So what's the distance between, we'll just say Alabama to Los Angeles? Does anybody know? Throw out some guesses. No, distance, miles. 1,300 miles, you're wrong, but you can come up and grab something later on, all right? All right, anybody else? Yes? No, you're way wrong, but that's okay. Yes? 3,000, you're close. So I'm gonna tell you, it's 2,283 miles. 2,283 miles from Weaver, Alabama to Los Angeles, California. Can anybody tell me modes of transportation we can use? Or what, yes? Bus? Airplane? Car? Train? Bike? What, motorbike? Or a bicycle you pedal? A boat? How are you going to take a boat from Weaver to LA? Okay, yeah. Why didn't everybody say walking? Walking's a very viable way to do it, right? Why? You're shaking your head, no, why? It takes a long time, right? So if somebody crazy enough were to walk, how long would it take? A month to 2 months? Days, 5 months? A year? All right. Some of you guys are on it. What if I told you it takes 5.5 months to do? Okay, 5.5 months. That is, let's see, 5.2 full moons. And that is about 154 days to be exact. What about obstacles? Rain, snow, water, thunderstorms, tornadoes, pit bulls, lack of materials. Those are all great things, right? Things you got to take on this trip. You're walking across America. What do you think we need to take? Water, food, clothes, walking shoes. These are all very important things to do, right? And do you think if somebody did this, you think it was like the kid climbing a mountain, just one day they just said, I'm going to do it, and then next day they're off? No, right? You can't, it's almost impossible to do that. So I know a lot of people, what about, how would you carry all your gear? Backpack, right? Everybody think a big hiking backpack, right? But do you think that weight on your back would be a lot after a while, right? Like that's hard. So I actually know some Navy SEALs and Rangers that have attempted this and they failed because it is just too hard on your body, your back, and your hips and legs to carry that much weight for consecutive days at a time. Okay? So what do you think the average amount of miles a day you would have to do to reach over there 154 days? 30? Okay. How many of you guys ever walked 10 miles in a day? 15? 15 miles? Okay. All right. I would love to have some of you guys come out someday and let's put that to the test. Let's see how far we can walk in a day. And we'll make it a fundraiser, right? We'll raise funds for the athletic community here at BB Comer. All right? So, but I'm going to tell you it is 22.63 miles a day. And I specifically chose that number for the 22 military veterans that commit suicide a day. That was the 22 a day. You hear that a lot. And that's a very real number. Unfortunately, the number has gone up to 25.1 based on the latest study. So what we're doing about suicide in America is not working, which is why I'm here. So I'm going to show you guys something. This is what I used because I did it. I had everything in this thing. My tent, my jet boil, my food, my water, my sleeping bag, my fans, and I had amazing fans that were battery powered. Could not live without those things. Because there was a time where I was walking in 2 straight months, every single day was triple digit weather. Every single day was triple digits. I had to start walking sometimes at 4 o'clock in the morning so I could finish by 10:30, 11 to beat the heat so I wouldn't pass out on the road. Which I had 4 heat strokes while I did that in the 150 something days. We're going to show a video of my walk real quick. What's up, everybody? It's Retired Chief Robert Luna. Come walk with me. Let's have some fun.
What he's doing is he's raising awareness for military families, the military and their spouses, for mental health.
After my Coast Guard career, I went through a very dark time where I lost all sense of purpose in my life. So every time I had those bad thoughts, I started walking. I got out of my environment. I am walking across America to capture these stories and talk about, the struggles after the military and what everybody's doing to get through those struggles. Chuck was in the Navy. How long were you in Vietnam for?
2 years and 1 month.
2 years, 1 month. We were literally just talking about therapy, and
I couldn't talk much about it for actually over 30 years.
Over 30 years. I'm averaging about 15 to 20 miles a day to finish this, and I'm going to end up in Los Angeles, California in October. Nate is a Marine from the Vietnam era. Hello. And he saw my shirt, and he's like, I want a free hug. So I gave him one. Look at this thing. Look at that beauty. I will honor this. Start thinking about all the people that are suffering out there. I don't have anybody to talk to. I'm blessed that I do. Drew Smith is a World War II veteran.
Showed your leg.
Which leg? What's
Where you
wrong?
shot?
Oh, you were shot?
Shot 28 times.
28 times?
Because you're doing this great cause, this is a Navajo nation. So you remember on your journey that there's other friends that are supporting you.
I just had the most amazing interaction with a homeless Marine just now. He jumped out and asked for a hug. Help. It does not take much to stop and hug somebody and create that conversation. If anybody's out there struggling or anything, you're not alone. I know it's so cliche to say that, but it is true. So I'm going to show you a couple things from the video. So this is the belt buckle that was given to me by Nathaniel. And what they didn't show on this, which I have another video of Nathaniel. Nathaniel was one of the original doo-wop guys. He was a baritone, doo-wop, 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 doo. So I met him in Walmart. Of all places, he came up to me because of my shirt and he gave me a hug and he asked me what I was doing. I told him, and he blessed me with this that was given to him by an elder about 20 years ago, and he felt like I needed this to protect me on my journey. Truly amazing piece of Native American art that I'll never forget. This is the wild thing, and I probably am gonna get in trouble for having it here, but I apologize in advance. Please don't kick me out. So this arrowhead was given to me by a Navajo medicine man. He actually stopped on the road in New Mexico, and he had seen me on TV, and he specifically was canvassing Route 66 to try to find me because he wanted to bless me with this arrowhead that he made about 30 years prior when he first became a Navajo medicine man. So this is very spiritual, and he wanted me to have it to help protect me for the rest of my journey. So I can't thank them enough for this. So how did I get here, right? How did I get to where I wanted to walk across America? Well, there I was, 19 years old after I graduated from Weaver, and I was living in Anniston, Alabama, a stalker at Winn-Dixie, night stalker. and going to Gaston State. And I was, my senior year, I thought I was going places. I was all state in basketball. My first game back to Weaver was against Sachs, and I put 32 on them, but I was 3 for 15 from the free throw line, and I know some of y'all know free throws is like the bane of all our existence. But yeah, so I thought I was hot stuff, right? I didn't have to do anything in my senior year. All my grades were given to me because of my athletic talents. And I can tell you today, that is absolutely the wrong approach, because I was not preparing myself for life. And I knew I had to make changes on a Tuesday at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I was taking a nap in my small apartment where I only had a bed and a sofa. And this is when I was literally eating mac and cheese boxes for lunch and dinner at 59 cents a pop, because that's all I could afford. Because I did not prepare in high school. Well, the power went out. And I knew exactly what happened. They pulled the little box, so I couldn't afford my power. Right then and there, I had my who am I moment. That was it, my first one. And I know who I was. I was the son of a 30-year Marine who, if he knew of the situation that I was in, he would have flown from Hawaii and he would have whipped my tail. So I didn't tell him anything. I just started calling all the services, because I knew the one thing the military would provide is a roof over my head, food on my table, and medical and dental benefits. I didn't know anything other than that, because that's what was provided to me through my father growing up. I knew they at least had that, right? And of course I knew they had the GI Bill and all that. And I was only gonna do 4 years. 4 years and I'm done, getting out and start over, right? That 4 years was gonna be like another 4 years in high school, but I was gonna prepare this time. I was gonna listen. I was gonna soak up all of the knowledge that other Coast Guardsmen were giving me. Well, that 4 years turned into 28 years. And it was a great career, 13 years in Alaska, 1 year in Iraq, 7 years in the Hamptons of Long Island. And I'm a trained dental technician, telecommunications specialist, search and rescue coordinator, which was my bread and butter for about 20 years of my career. And I basically saved hundreds of lives in the ocean, which was amazing. So, again, after 28 years, just like I retired, I graduated high school again. Basically, when you retire, you're graduating again. They tell you to take your uniform off, thank you for your service, and you're done. And now you're stuck again trying to find your purpose. What is your purpose in life, right? I didn't know. It completely tore me apart to the point where I almost killed myself. There was a 72-hour period where that was the only thing on my mind, was to kill myself. I'm lucky that I was strong enough to fight through those urges. And I am here today after my amazing almost 6-month journey across America as a renewed faith in humanity, a renewed faith in God, and a renewed faith in you guys, knowing you guys are the next generation to come up, okay? So who are you? Have you guys thought about it? Who are you? Anything? And I want you guys to write on these things, who are you? Because then once you turn them in, there's gonna be some raffles for some gifts coming up. So it's really important for you. If you guys turn them in, you guys will be put in a raffle, okay? So who are you? Are you the person that is gonna prove the haters right? Or are you gonna prove them wrong? This is a question and you have to answer yourself every single day. And if you don't know, I'm gonna tell you who you are. You are the person that right here, right now, you're gonna restart your thinking about high school and life. You're the person that recognizes that this moment that we are in right now is the only moment that matters. It is the only moment that matters. The choices you make today are going to lead you into tomorrow. That is so important to understand. The choices you make today will lead you into tomorrow. Okay? You can be whatever you want to be. You have to put in the work. You have to take that first step. You have to. And it's so, nobody's going to walk for you. Nobody. Decisions are not easy. Not easy at all. Change is not easy. And for you seniors, that change is coming up. It's coming up quick. Quicker than you think. Okay? Recovery is not easy. I wish I could tell you it was easy. I wish I could be up here and be like, if you do A, B, C, and D, you're going to be good to go. Your principal wished she could make the decisions for you. Your teachers, they wish they could make the decisions for you to succeed because they have succeeded. They are here trying to put knowledge upon you. That's why I'm here. I'm here because I love and care for each one of y'all to not make the same mistakes I made and not preparing for life. The reality is, some of you will not be good to go. But all of you have the potential to be good to go. You have to put in the work. You have to put in the work. And I am not here to say, join the military. It's a great jump start to your life, because I know a lot of you are not going that route. Hopefully a lot of you are going to go the college route. But if you don't go the college route, know that there are other avenues to make yourself better. Go to a trade school, okay? But the fact of the matter is, the military is a great start. It is a great way to earn your education money in just 4 years' time, along with them training you in a job that you want to do, and all for free. Education in the military is free. That's really important. And we're going to show a little clip of what the Coast Guard does, because I know a lot of you don't know what the Coast Guard does.
In the Coast Guard, you'll expand your horizons, not limit them. Save lives, call the shots, take action, catch drug smugglers, rescue injured animals, stop human trafficking. In the Coast Guard, your career is in your hands. Become a chef, a highly skilled mechanic, operate boats, pilot planes, learn to lead. In the Coast Guard, you are a part of the bigger picture. Help others, protect our ports, secure our waters, defend our homes. Don't limit yourself. Expand your options in the Coast Guard.
So obviously, I was in the Coast Guard for 28 years, but I can tell you I knew nothing about the Coast Guard when it was my time to call. I had no clue that there was a Coast Guard. I only knew of the 4 main services of it, and at the time, the Coast Guard was under the Department of Transportation, because we really didn't have a place to fit, because although we are an armed service, we don't go to war a lot. That's not our bread and butter. Our bread and butter is search and rescue. So I always pride ourselves that we are lifesavers and not life takers. And I know some of you take that to heart, but I had no problems in joining the Marine Corps, but I just chose a different path in life. So As you guys know, I am a suicide survivor, and I know some of you have had those feelings in life. You know, you're not thinking that you are living up to the standards of yourself or your parents or your grandmother or your community. The feeling of being alone, the feelings of being a failure, the feelings of not fitting in, right? But I want you to know you are not alone, okay? You have your peers, you have your teachers. All you got to do is just ask. I don't know what that was. Oh, okay. All you got to do is ask for help, and people will help. If you don't know where to get help, you ask somebody how to help. I know there's somebody in here that helped 2 weeks ago with somebody in extreme danger. And I will speak to you afterwards to show my appreciation for what you did. I want to leave you with 3 things, and then we'll open up for a Q&A session. Slow is the fastest way you need to get anywhere. Slow down, enjoy life. Enjoy what God and Mother Nature have created for you to see. I was lucky I got to walk across America at 3 miles an hour, where most people walk at, drive at 70 to 90 miles an hour. Be kind and be present with those you love. Surround yourself with people that light up the room when you walk in. Okay? That's important. And remember that we have one life. You have one shot at this thing called life. And Earth is this long, right? This is Earth. And we have this much of our time on this earth. This much of this. Make this count. Make this little bit count. Because you get one shot. Be each other's biggest cheerleader. We all want the best life. We all want the best life that we can have. Be each other's biggest cheerleader and help them achieve their best life, because everybody else will be helping you achieve yours. There is no place for hate in this world. You can dislike Alabama fans, I give you that, but don't hate them. Thank you guys for giving me the time, and I open up to any questions about my journey or anything about my life. Anybody? Yes? I can't hear you. What'd you say?
Whose story of the people you met stood out to you the most?
The person that has influenced me the most along my journey? This is a great question, because I've met thousands of people along my walk. The old man that got shot 27 times, the World War II veteran, his name's Preacher. So Preacher was an enlisted person directly under General Patton. He drove with him everywhere General Patton went, and General Patton was the 4-star general in World War II. He's in charge of the war for the United States. And he has 4 Purple Hearts, shot 27 times, and he turns 99 this year, and I'm gonna go up for his birthday. This mom named Cheryl, who lost 2 kids to suicide. And I was in Texas at a motel, and she was driving, she was on her motorcycle doing a Route 66. She's coming into the motel, and she's like screaming and yelling because I just walked out of my room. She saw my shirt. And she had seen my story 2 weeks prior to her starting her journey in Iowa. How I got on the news in Iowa, I have no idea. But she saw me, and she immediately just started crying. She got on her knees because me doing what I was doing brought back the pain that she has felt of her 2 kids taking the final step because of that one moment of weakness. So we have become lifelong friends, and I absolutely love her, and she's actually going to be coming down here to Alabama to help me with some functions that we're going to be doing for our military veterans going forward here in the state of Alabama. Anything else? Marcus, will you go around and start collecting those that did them? And if you want to come up real quick with your question, come on up. Yes?
How did this journey change your relationship with whatever, what's the word I'm looking for?
God, Mother Nature.
God, yeah.
Oh.
Whatever religion.
Great question. I have so much more clarity about where I need to go in life. I recognize that there is somebody higher power that loves every single one of you. And each one of you have a purpose in life. You just don't know what it is. He's not there to tell you. It's your job to figure out, but just know that he is proud of you, okay? And Mother Nature is a beautiful thing. The energy that she brings up through the feet. So many times I took my shoes off just to feel the grass or the dirt, the pavement, because it was so mesmerizing of what I was seeing and what God and Mother Nature created for us to enjoy during our short time on this earth. So yes, I am, my faith in God has grown so much stronger. I mean, he got me through, triple digit heat for so long. Any other questions? Make sure you come up afterwards and get something. You too, okay? Any other questions? All right, yes. This is a great thing. They're called debit cards. I know, I'm kidding. But honestly, a lot of people would stop on the road. They have seen my story. I went nationwide in so many news outlets that people would recognize the cart and my orange shirt, and they would stop. I got anywhere from bottles of water to $1,000 cash on the road. So, and all that money went to VFWs or American Legions along the way. So I'm just paying it forward to other military organizations because they can use it for other things. Yes. No. So I was lucky enough. I had sponsors, and Hoka was one of my sponsors. And I went through 8 pairs of shoes, and Hokas are roughly anywhere from $185 to $265 a pop. So they gave me 10 pairs of shoes. They actually gave me 2 pairs that are under development, and they wanted me to wear them for exactly 30 days each so that they could see what the wear patterns were on those and if that material was going to hold up for their production. So, yes?
How many miles do you take to walk across the road?
That's a great question because, and I didn't touch on this, so I didn't just up and say I'm going to walk across America. I trained for a whole year. For a whole year, I trained with different mechanisms of motor transportation on how I was going to do it. I loaded up my cart with bricks so I could push it up mountains and hills and all that. I trained for a whole year. At one point, I was walking 40 miles a day. I would start at 6 in the morning and not stop walking till 10 at night. Because I really wanted to push myself to see if I came into situations where towns were going to be so far spread apart that I was able to walk to the town that I needed to get to. Clean? I can tell you, to be honest, there was probably some weeks you didn't want to be around me. I just had, technology is great. They got these body wipes. You can just do your best. If there was like a stream that was really clear, I'd hop in it, and cool down. So, but I need to cut you guys off. Let me grab these. See, I can't even read that. Sorry, I can't read it. Here's one. Let's see here. Who am I? God of child. Child of God. Love it. In 3 years, you're going to be in college. And you get a Starbucks gift card. There you go. So, all right, let's see here. This is a good one. Okay. 16-year-old girl with dreams to help the world or community whenever I can reach. I am someone who will go to college to be a psychiatrist. Thank you. And someone who knows her purpose to help people. That's who I am. Come on up. And thank you guys for putting yourselves out there. That's amazing. You can grab something cool. All right, boom. Where do I see myself in the next 3 to 5 years? Graduated from my trade school, medical assistant, and I am a very strong person. Who is that? Anybody? There's no name on it. Medical assistant? No? Okay. Let's see. Okay, somebody wants to be a WNBA player and go to college. You play high school basketball. Clearly it's a female. Oh, come on up. All right, let's see. There you go. I love it. You go after that dream, girl. Wants to be a welder, right? Welder. Hey, and welding, that's a hard job. That takes some skill. That takes years of practice to get it right. There you go. Hope you drink coffee. All right, so one more. Oh, that's a good one. She wants to be a veterinarian, and she is a person who's going to do everything she wants to accomplish. Yay, I love that one. That's a good one. All right, you want to come up, principal, and say parting words? Thank you guys once again for giving me your time. I know it's hard to sit in a chair and listen to somebody you don't know from a hole in the wall. But I am going to read a lot of these. This is very important to me to see where you guys are at as a school. And Coach Marcus and the principal and the guidance counselor, they all have my phone number. If you guys ever want to talk to me about anything, I am happy to come back up here and help guide you guys and be a sponsor for you guys, okay?
On behalf of everyone here today, I want to extend our deepest gratitude to Mr. Luna for sharing such a powerful and inspiring message. Please give him an additional round. Your words have truly reminded us the sacrifices, bravery, and commitment that our veterans have made for our freedom. As we approach Veterans Day this weekend, as we approach Veterans Day this weekend, let us carry forward the lessons he shared with us of resilience, which is our Tiger characteristic of the week, honor, and service. Whether we're in school or out for the break, let's take a moment on Monday to remember and appreciate veterans who have shaped our country and continue to inspire us every day. If you are a veteran and you are here today, please stand. Thank you for your service. We all honor and appreciate you for everything you do for our freedom in the United States every day. Thank you again, Mr. Luna, and thank you to all of our veterans, both past and present. I hope everyone has a meaningful Veterans Day.